So I got my DJI Osmo Pocket extension rod. I was going to do a quick unboxing before charging it up and then doing a quick run through. So let's see what we got. So here it is, Osmo Pocket extension rod. I'm looking forward to this to try to do some crane shots and stuff, so let's see what we got. Little silica thing in there. We've got the manual. Pump. And here it is. Camera holder. Strings like that. We've got folder. The latch. And then a small cold shoe. This rotates. Okay, so button C1. This says it's to switch between tilt lock to pan access follow only, follow, or tilt and pan follow, and FPV mode, all 3 axis follow. Button C2, when the gimbal is set to tilt lock or follow mode, press and hold the button, switch to the other mode. Release the button to resume operation. When the gimbal is set to FPV mode, switch is unavailable. Okay. Shutter record button. This is pretty impressive. It's not as long as I thought it was. It does have a mounting hole on the bottom for tripods and a lanyard holder. No lanyard. Okay, so this is a weird little thing here. To charge the battery in the extension rod, it has to be connected to the Osmo powered on. So I have connected the Osmo to the computer and powering it that way, and am charging the extension rod this way. This is pretty funky. I wish they had included a USB-C port, just like the Osmo. Even if it had raised the price a little, it would be worth it instead of having to draw power from the Osmo, which already doesn't have ways to charge except for externally. No swappable battery. So this is a little frustration, but I'm going to let it charge up for a bit before I try it out.
2 hours later, still charging. Is this thing charged? How do you tell? Green light still on. I have no idea. Having it charged off the Osmo Pocket is not a good idea. Big problem with this device.
Just a quick note, I was shooting this outside, but it's currently 105 degrees, so I'll be shooting inside for now. An interesting note, this is the phone holder here, but to be able to use it, there's no attachment to the phone, so really you need the wireless module. So you have to attach the wireless module to the Osmo to be able to use your phone here and see the picture. Now I just wanted to show you that because I'm shooting this on my phone, so I'm not going to be able to keep shooting. I'm just going to be able to shoot footage once I put the phone here and try it out. So we've got the extension stick, the Osmo, and the wireless module. And I'm going to attach the phone here. So this goes up.
My wife directed a short film recently. Wow, this is weird. There's a delay on the audio from what I'm saying. Anyways, so I was working on a jib shot, and that's what I'm testing here, trying to see how stable I can get the Osmo Pocket extension using it like a jib. Obviously, it's not that stable. So these are tests for the actual shot. As you can see, the camera keeps rotating on me. Yeah, they're okay. Still not very stable, especially with the wall in the foreground. I did try After Effects, like on this shot, to try to stabilize, and it's okay. Not perfect, but okay. Here's another test shot. Better still. The foreground's unstable, and you can see the reflection. Here's stabilized versions of the shot. This works pretty well, and I've put a lot onto this shot, so it's better. And I took out that reflection. Yeah, you can see it works, but it's definitely a little too light. But in a pinch, it can get you a pretty impressive shot. Okay, here's a sequence of shots I did with Indiana Bones. You can see it's definitely not a stable device. It needs some post-stabilization, and even with the post-stabilization, it's pretty shaky, but it does give some impressive results. Here is After Effects with a LUT and some post-stabilization. You can see the warping from the stabilization a bit, but still impressively better than without it. Oh, there's some wobble. Okay, here's another shot. You can see JK. We lost her this year. She was such a good little girl. Okay, kind of a neat shot coming down onto Indy. And here's After Effects with a LUT. It gets a lot stabler, especially when it's wide. Pretty neat shot. I like the results. And it looks pretty stable. Here we go again with Indy, trying different things. Obviously, I'm not very good at operating this device yet, but it's a fun little test. Oh, you can really see the motion artifacts of the stabilization. Here's another shot of Indy. Again, when it's wide, it's much more stable. When you get in close on things, not so much, and there's more problems for post-stabilization. Here we go. This is the after effects of that shot. Certainly looks better. Got a nice float to it. Still not the best at controlling it, but that looked a lot better until those stabilization artifacts. Oh, and here is JK. Love that little girl. Can't believe she's gone. Yeah, it definitely has its moments, but I would need to practice more. Obviously, this is my first tries with this thing, and I'll keep trying, but the fast motion is always going to be hard for the post-stabilization. So the slower you could go, and if you could shoot at 60 frames and play back at 24, you get a little more chance of stabilizing. There's definitely moments that this gives pretty cool crane shots. But overall, I mean, I'm glad to have it, but it definitely takes work to get something usable out of it. Okay, here's another. You can see those big changes are going to always be a problem. But there's moments that are very usable. Little Jakers. She was such a good puppy. Love that dog.
So its lack of weight is always going to be a bit of a problem. But here we are in selfie mode. this is probably what it is going to be best at. I was trying other ways of working it, obviously. But in selfie mode, here we go. I mean, it's definitely a pretty neat little device, and I recommend it. I just was trying to use it as a crane, and while it works, it's not the best at that. I think this is what it's really made for, selfie mode. And for this, I think it works pretty well. What do you think? Anyways, signing off. The DJI Pocket extension rod is a pretty fun little device and works pretty well.